I know what some of you may be thinking right now. Ty, why are you uploading a review today? Shouldn't you be spending all your time today memorizing every single song from the new Taylor Swift album? Yes. Yes, I should be. But be glad that I've carved out some of my time today to review this 2-pack right here. Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sarah Coggs and Noriyuki 2-pack from Cars on the Road, including two new diecasts, Sarah Coggs and Noriyuki. These two, I'm sure, are some people's most anticipated releases from On the Road so far, or very highly anticipated by some fans, myself included, but I will say just how little these two ended up being in the final show definitely diminished my excitement. They were some of the cars that were marketed very early on. Some of our first ever On the Road merchandise included images of Noriyuki, and Sarah Coggs was in quite a bit of merchandise, already has been in quite a bit of merchandise. She, of course, was the little water spraying pitty that came with the Mater color changer. She's in the Salt Flats playset as a plastic non-rolling piece, and now she has a diecast. So, yeah, a lot of promotion for these two early on, despite the fact that Sarah never even spoke in the episode, I don't think. So that is a little bit disappointing, but it's really great to get these two since they are definitely some of the more prominently featured new characters in Cars on the Road, and they're two cars I'm very excited to get and open up and take a look at. Sarah Coggs is currently exclusive to this 2-pack, but if you don't want Sarah for whatever reason, and you just want Noriyuki, you can pick him up as a single, although this 2-pack came out first, and Sarah isn't available any other way, so just may as well just buy the 2-pack, right? Sarah is out, like I said, in a playset, but that version doesn't roll. So yeah, just pick up the 2-pack, get both of them. Now, before I open them up, I do want to discuss the elephant in the room. Dumbo, will you get out of here, man? I'm trying to film a review. Why do you always do this? Get out of the room. Sorry, where was I? Right. All of the Salt Flats diecasts have fully white tires to emulate the salt on them. And man, that was a terrible choice on Mattel's part. Of course, we've had cars in the past that have different weather elements on their wheels, like the ice racers and the beach racers. But these two sets of cars, regardless of what you think about them, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of the beach racers, but regardless, you've got to admit, the detailing here is a lot more realistic to sand or snow kicking up on the car and sort of coating it. It wouldn't fully change the wheels white. The salt wouldn't fully change the wheels white. They should have done something like this, where they just speckled it, or they should have done nothing at all. I think this is really a big misfire that makes all of the Salt Flat cars not as good as they possibly could be. Of course, if you really want to, you could come in with a Sharpie and recolor them black. I'm not going to do that. I'm just stating it now. Not the biggest fan of these. It's fine. It's not like an egregious crime against the Cars diecast line, right? But, I don't know. I wish that they had handled it more realistically like they've done in the past. But, no, they just made it fully white, which is really just a little disappointing. We've got very nice artwork for these two up here. New for 2022 with that, old-style TV logo, which is very cute. Cars on the Road. And you can see on the back, as seen in Cars on the Road, with Noriyuki and Sarah, and the other 2-pack, Mater and K-Pillar Derev. I don't have K yet. I actually saw this 2-pack yesterday, but I decided to pass up on it. And if you know me, you know that I rarely ever pass up on an item I don't have if it's a single or 2-pack. But K, much like Noriyuki, is out in a single. She's out as a single currently. Noriyuki is just starting to hit store shelves, but yeah, this 2-pack is completely pointless for me to buy, and I'd say for most people to buy, because it just comes with a regular old Mater. I'd say just wait for her single. Wait to find her single, which is what I'll be doing. Who knows, maybe I'll regret it, and I'll never see her single, and I'll go, gee, I wish I bought her in that 2-pack with a regular Mater, but man, I really don't like it. It's always disappointing when they put out a new car in a 2-pack and as a single at the same time. It always makes it kind of pointless, in my opinion. Especially here with Noriyuki, why would you want to buy him as a single when then you don't get Sarah Coggs, who isn't available in any other way? But hey, you do you, right? Anyway, you're going to get these two out of the box. Of course, they have your typical card back design for On the Road. Very cool. Alright, so here they both are, and Noriyuki is way bigger than I thought he'd be. Wow. Okay, but we're going to get started by taking a look at Sarah Coggs first. She, of course, is based off of the typical wide pity mold, but with some modifications. She doesn't have the tool belt around back, and of course she also has these goggles, which are a soft plastic piece. Very impressed by these. I kind of like the sort of foggy design on the goggles. I think that's a pretty cool touch. It's not really show accurate. Here you can see the goggles are just completely clean, but I like the fact that they used clear plastic, made it a little foggy, look a little dirty. I think that works with the character, and I just think it makes it look pretty good. Something funny with Sarah that you notice here and in the show itself is that her eyebrows are around the goggles, never really in them. I just think that's kind of funny. You just see the whites of her eyes on the other side of the goggles and then just the eyebrows around them. She is grinning down there, pretty hard to see, but she does have a little smile with some white for teeth and red for a tongue painted in there. Got her cap up here, again, those white wheels. They look fine, but, you know, I'm just not the biggest fan of them. It also just makes them completely inappropriate in other locations, and I don't know, that's just kind of a shame. The coloring is pretty good. It's kind of an off-white, and I like that, which definitely works with the salt, but still not the best. Ooh, it looks like mine has some paint blemishes on the side, unless that's intentional. That's alright, but yeah, interesting. There's a look at the back. There's the other side, and then there, of course, is her base. Looking very nice. Moving on to Noriyuki, like I said, he's way bigger than I thought he'd be. Wow, yeah, he's pretty tall. I don't know if he's that tall in the show. He was a pretty little car, but he is a very cool one. He's a bit wobbly, which I kind of like. He's not the most stable, and I think that was sort of probably what they were going for. It means you can move him around a bit, and I think it sort of works with him. Noriyuki is a character I'm very excited to use in my own videos. I'd really like to use this guy in Cars Adventures. He's a pretty fun character that we didn't see much of, but I think he has a lot of potential as a character and could be used for some fun and funny things. Very unique design with sort of like a little mini pickup design. I don't remember what these cars specifically are called. They sort of remind me of Oppe's little Italian three-wheel cars, like Sal Macchiani. Not sure how accurate this color scheme is. I wish it were a bit more green, but yeah, like a bit closer to Sarah's color scheme. Maybe a little less blue in there would have looked a little better. We have his little visor there, which I really like. It's actually supposed to be clear, as you can see, which it is on the diecast. Very nice, very funny. He's got sort of a visor cap. He has a light up here. Very nice expression. I think it's pretty in character for him. On the side, we have this logo for Noriyuki and Sarah Coggs' race team. I believe you can see this in the garage where they're modifying Mater. Got his wheels there. And this pretty cool detail. Really like that they did this. Then again, it is what he looks like in the show, so it's accurate. But yeah, he's got all of this scrap metal in his back, and I think that's awesome. That's such a great detail, and something that they easily could have chosen to not include on the diecast, but they did. They did include it, and yeah, it's really nice. All this miscellaneous scrap metal. I don't know if this is 100% accurate to all the scrap metal in his back in the show. It looks pretty accurate, but just the fact that they did it is really nice and really cool. It's all soft plastic, just sort of one color. It's all sort of brown. But yeah, really, really nicely detailed with all these individual pieces. Of course, they are not removable, but I'm just glad they decided to include them. There's a look at the back. Nothing back there, no license plate or anything. There's the other side. And finally, there is a look at the base. Interesting how far down this rivet is compared to this one. That's kind of funny. So, there you have it. A new 2-pack with 2 new cars. Always nice to see. It's kind of a rarity nowadays. It's been a while since we've had a 2-pack with 2 new releases in it. And I think that these are both really solid releases from On the Road. They definitely have their flaws. Just the wheel colors is something I'm not a big fan of. But definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to hear some other opinions on the salt wheels. I can't even call them salt wheels. They're just fully off-white wheels. I don't know. I think that was kind of a misfire. But aside from that, I think these two are pretty solid. And I'm very happy to have them. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.